This is the overview of the cost of goods program from Rondax Pharma. This is just one of the projects that we have in this in our client. There are several dozen of them. We chose pregabalin because all of the information we use to develop this model is publicly available, so there's no danger of disclosing information that is proprietary to any of our customers. This is a project page, so we can choose any of the several projects that have already been developed. Using this tool here, the project manager, the person who creates the project, can choose whoever else on the team can have access to the project. In many companies, that may be everybody who is a user, but in some companies that may be inconvenient, and there's just so many projects you want to keep the list fairly small. So we allow people to make adjustments to that. With any cost of goods estimation, there will always be a need to create a material because you're making new materials. But you also use a number of raw materials and reagents that are common to many different projects. And as part of the subscription, we supply a database of several hundred common solvents and reagents, so that one doesn't have to spend a lot of time looking up that information. Another convenient thing we allow our users to do is to keep track of the vendors of those raw materials, so that it's easy to understand what was the source of a particular raw material. You also need to have facilities, labor, and waste costs, which we collect together from several different regions for your convenience and calculation. You may have your own figures for this, but we make it easy to do calculations based on information we've gathered over the years. One also needs to have process data in order to make a cost estimate for a particular step. We would enter that information here. So you need to know what is the output from a step. We need to know the limiting reagent for that step, and we need to know the molar efficiency of conversion of the limiting reagent to the output product. And then we put in also all of the other materials that are used to complete that step, and the ratios of those materials to the limiting reagent. The synthetic routes is a collection of processes that we may choose in order to make to understand a particular route or a particular option and how to synthesize a compound. These routes are automatically constructed, and we can use that information to find the quantities of materials that are needed to make a prescribed amount of output. The process information can be combined with information about the operations. For example, the scale of operations, the rate of the number of batches per week that are generated on that operation, and the number of men per shift that are needed to operate the facility, and the waste costs for that facility. All of this information goes together to make an estimate for what does it cost to make the conversion of the materials into the desired output product. And much like routes are a collection of processes, scenarios are a collection of worksheets. So all of those and all of these are based on a particular route, so that everything is combined together in a prescribed framework. And they can be combined in ways that make sense for an analysis. The cost information that is developed in the scenarios is output in reports. We have a graphical report and a tabular report that is suitable for use with accounting functions. And the final feature we'd like to talk about is the sensitivity analysis. This is a very nice feature that allows one to ask important what-if questions without having to go in and change the model in any way. Thank you very much for your attention. This concludes the overview of the Rondax cost of goods software.